All right, guys, here it is, the Samsung Galaxy Watch. Samsung's changing their naming, so it's now Galaxy Watch. It's no longer going to be like a Gear S4, S5, that kind of thing. It's now just Galaxy Watch. It looks very similar to the Gear S3, so I already have the Gear S3 here with me. And so you put the two up next to each other, and it's very similar design language. Now, this is the Frontier. This is more like a classic type. Over here, this is more of the Frontier style. So this is a smaller band. It's kind of nice to see that they've got a considerably smaller one. This is kind of like a more normal watch size. And this one, obviously, the Gear S3 is pretty big. But it looks great. The silicone rubber combination here feels really good, actually. It's very flexible, very comfortable. The band on the Gear S3 is a little stiff. You get used to it over time, but it's definitely more stiff than this super flexible band. So this is going to hug your wrist a lot better than the band that comes with the Gear S3. On the back here, you can see that there are 22 millimeter bands. It says the number right there, which is nice and easy. This detaches just like on the Gear S3. You just pull this little latch back, and then that's going to disconnect. And then you can put on any standard 22 millimeter watch band you have. That's awesome. No proprietary accessories, just whatever band you want, whatever band you already have, you can slap it on there. The Gear S3 has the same width band. You can see it right here. And so if you have the Gear S3 and you want to transfer your bands over to the Galaxy Watch, you can do that. So that's another real nice thing there. So switching back to the larger one, it has that same rotating bezel as the Gear S3 has, and the clicks feel just about the same. When you rotate this, and you can feel those clicks, and then you rotate and you feel clicks here, they feel just about the same. This one feels maybe like a little bit softer. I mean, they're really, really close to the same. So if you're familiar with the Gear S3, then this is going to feel very similar when you're navigating. As far as speed goes, I mean, let's see. If I kind of whip back and forth here through everything, that's keeping up pretty good. Now my Gear S3 I've had since launch. Let's see how that pans through everything. So that's still pretty good too. So overall, longevity, Gear S3 still doing great. Oh, you couldn't really see that. Let me do that again for you guys. So here, it still scrolls through things pretty quickly, pretty good. So longevity on the Gear S3, awesome. I'd anticipate the longevity on this guy to be great too. Speaking of longevity, they said that the battery life will be several days. Now several, I don't know if that means like several 2.5, several 3, 4. All right, just got confirmation that this larger one is up to 4 days of use. So obviously that's going to be with the always on screen turned off, and it's going to depend on your usage. I'm going to be picking this watch up, so we'll find out when I get my hands on it how long it really lasts. I know that this watch will still last me 2 days if I keep the screen off, and that's after a long time of use. Again, I've had this since launch, so battery life on this one's pretty good. When I have the always on screen on, then my battery life drops to a little over a day, maybe like a day and a quarter I could get through. So I can go a day and I can keep it on overnight, but then I got to charge it in the morning. So that's how this is doing, and that's since launch, the battery life is still doing pretty good on this. So if this is going to be better, awesome. I'm really excited to test how well the battery does on this one. You still have the same 2 buttons on the side for navigation. Navigation works exactly the same way. If you want to see how all the navigation features work, and you want to see kind of the apps that come with a Gear S smartwatch, or now it's the Galaxy Watch line, go ahead and check out another video I'm going to have posted down below. It's going to have all of those details there for you guys, and it's a real in-depth video that really covers everything on the Gear S3, and this is going to be very similar. It's kind of an iterative update. You're really getting that better battery life and a few more apps and enhancements. What I'd like to know is if some of those applications are going to be coming to the Gear S3. So we'll see. Time will tell if those get ported over, but I'll definitely let you guys know when I find out. So I was just scrolling through some of the different widgets that they have on both of these watches, and they are very similar design language to each other. Again, left is Gear S3, and the right is the Galaxy Watch. So I really think that if you have the Gear S3, you're going to get a very similar experience. You're just maybe going to get that better battery life and a few other features with the Galaxy Watch. So here's another watch face on the Galaxy Watch, and I was just told that if you kind of move the watch around, you can't really tell it on video, but the hands will kind of shift a little bit, things will kind of move around a little bit to give kind of a 3D effect like a real watch. And some of them, I'm not sure if all of them, but at least some of them have an audible tick as well, which is kind of cool. So it's probably a real quiet tick. So loud in here, there's no way I'd be able to hear it. But that's a nice little touch to just make it feel more like a traditional watch. Another really big enhancement here is the fact that this is now swim-proof. The Gear S3 is water resistant, but it's not swim-proof. It's not ready to be swimming with. These are now swim-proof, which is super awesome because I would always take this off if I would jump in a pool or a lake or something like that. But this one you can just keep on. So let's see. I'm curious if they have swimming exercises that they can track here. So let's go here and see what they've got. All right, so here is everything that comes with the watch, at least at this time. You've got running, walking, cycling, hiking, swimming. Awesome. So it is, now that it's swim proof, you can track your swimming. That's a really awesome feature. I'm really excited to see that one. Elliptical trainer, exercise bike, step machine, treadmill, lunges, crunches, squats, jumping jacks, burpee test. Wow, they've definitely added a lot over the Gear S3. There's a lot of them here. Other workout, stretching, weight machine, bench press, lat pull downs, deadlifts, back extensions, shoulder press, floor raises, lateral raises, sit-ups, arm curls. I am so excited to see arm curls on here. I've wanted them to have arm curls on this thing for so long. So the fact that this is here is very exciting to me. That's something that I'll actually get some use out of. All right, so here are arm curls, and let's go to the target, and it does track reps. Okay, cool. I wanted to make sure that it actually tracks reps when you do the arm curls, and it does. That's awesome. Really excited about that. Quick recap on the Galaxy Watch. It is now swim-proof. It comes in 2 different sizes and a few different colors as well, and kind of different styles. You've got this other kind of rose gold style as well. You get a lot more fitness tracking options where it'll actually track reps and things like that, and it's not just manual input anymore. And the 3D effects on the watch face are a little bit more improved over the Gear S3. Now, I'm sure there are a bunch of other things in here that I'm missing. I mean, I've only had maybe 15 minutes with this device so far. So again, when I get mine, when it's released, then I will definitely do a much more thorough review showing you guys everything I can on this smartwatch. What's up, guys? I am back in my office now, and I'm editing the Galaxy Watch vs. Gear S3 comparison, initial impressions video that I'm working on, and I realized that I missed 2 big details about the Galaxy Watch. The first is that the Galaxy Watch no longer supports MST, which is magnetic secure transmission. This is what gives you the ability to do mobile payments where mobile payments aren't accepted. What I mean by that is at any regular credit card reader that doesn't support NFC, you can still use, say, a Gear S3 to pay there, just like with Samsung smartphones, because the phone generates an electromagnetic field which simulates a credit card swipe, and it tricks the reader into thinking you just used a real credit card. It's an awesome technology, and I use it all the time. I almost exclusively pay with either my Samsung phones or my Gear S3. So, since the Galaxy Watch no longer has that technology, you now have to rely on NFC. That's not the end of the world because more and more companies are starting to accept mobile payments, but in my area where I live, there's still a lot of stores that don't accept mobile payments. So it's not a terribly big deal because I can always just pull my phone out of my pocket at that point to make a payment. It's not that much of a hassle. I mean, it's really just first world problems, but it is something that you guys should be aware of. If you have a Gear S3 and you do use that MST technology a lot, then that's something you're probably going to miss if you got the Galaxy Watch. Now, if that was the only detail I missed about the Galaxy Watch, I'd probably tell you guys to pass on it because it's mostly just an iterative update. You get better battery life, you get swim proofing, and you get better exercise tracking. But the Gear S3 already had pretty good battery life, and the exercise tracking's decent, so unless there are specific exercises that you want to track that you can't do on the Gear S3 that you can only do on the Galaxy Watch, that doesn't really warrant the upgrade. And the swim proofing is only good for people who are avid swimmers and want to track that kind of stuff. But those people may even be using swim-specific watches. But there is one detail I missed about the Galaxy Watch which changes my recommendation from a pass to a you should actually probably consider upgrading to it. That feature is Bixby. Now, I know a bunch of you guys in the comments right now are probably like, oh, Bixby's trash, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. I know a bunch of YouTubers hate on Bixby as well, but as someone who's used Bixby a lot, I can tell you that Bixby's actually really useful. So Google Assistant is better for most things, absolutely. I'm not going to argue the case against that, for sure. But there are specific things that Bixby's really good at. And I've got a video link down in the description to prove that point. There are some things that I'm sure a lot of you had no idea you could do with Bixby on like your Galaxy Note 8 or your Galaxy S9. There's lots of really cool stuff there, so check out that video down in the description to find out why I like Bixby so much. But specific to having Bixby on a smartwatch, the reason I think that's such a significant upgrade is because right now, with the Gear S line of smartwatches, all you get is S-Voice, and S-Voice is complete trash. Like, it is just so unbelievably bad. It almost never works. The speech recognition is pretty bad on it, and even when it does understand what I say, it for some reason just can't do it. So it's like, oh, you know what? I understand that you want me to text your wife, but I can't do that right now. And I'm not really going to give you a good reason why. So S-Voice has just been not good. I don't use any voice anything on my Gear S3 at all. Now, there's been plenty of times where I would have loved to have been able to issue some voice commands on my watch, either when I don't have my phone or my hands are full, I'm carrying a bunch of stuff to my car when I'm leaving work, and I just want to text my wife real quick to say, hey, I'm running late, or something like that. There's been a lot of cases where I think to myself, man, I really wish I could do voice commands on my Gear S3. Well, with a Galaxy Watch, you can. And to me, that is just a really significant upgrade. Now, obviously, I haven't had a chance to use Bixby on the Galaxy Watch, so I don't know if it's going to be a much more broken down version of Bixby compared to what you get on your phone, but I'm definitely going to check it out when I get my Galaxy Watch, and I'll let you guys know if there's any limitations, how good it is, what you can, what you can't do, and we'll just kind of take a good look at it and see if it's really a big upgrade. A couple more details that I missed when I was at the event is that there are 2 sizes, that's correct, but the larger size only comes in a silver color with, it's sort of like a black bezel on it. I'll throw a picture up of that on the screen. And then the smaller model comes in the all black Frontier style kind of stealth look or a rose gold kind of color. So those are your 3 options. That's it. You can either get the small watch in 2 colors or the big watch in 1 color, which is kind of weird. I would have made more sense if Samsung made a kind of a stealth black and the kind of more classic looking options in the larger watch, because I think that one's going to sell more than the smaller one. I could be wrong, we'll see. But that is a detail I missed, and I wanted to point it out to you guys in this video before I uploaded it. So that's it for my Galaxy Watch coverage. Let me know if you think it is a worthwhile upgrade, especially over the Gear S3, or if you think that it's just way too iterative, way too minor of an update, and you're just going to keep your Gear S3 and you have no intentions of upgrading at all. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And don't forget to like the video if you liked it, share it if you loved it, and subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you can be the first to see my Galaxy Note 9 initial impressions video coming up real soon. That's it for this Techisode. I'll catch you guys in the next one.